26 players travel to the World Cup. 11 start the opening game. 3 come on as substitutes. That leaves 12 players who watch the first match from the bench or the stands. So what are they doing there? The answer involves injuries, mathematics, and a pandemic that changed the rules permanently. Start with the original problem. The first World Cup in 1930 had no formal squad limit. Countries brought whoever they could afford to transport across the Atlantic. Rules were loose, the format was new, and governing bodies were still working out the basics. Over the following decades, the squad size settled into a number, 22. Enough for 2 full teams, enough to cover the most common positions without carrying dead weight. That number survived for decades. It was 22 players when England won the 1966 World Cup, 22 in 1990 when the tournament expanded to 24 teams, still 22 when it jumped to 32 teams in 1998. Then came 2002, and the number moved to 23. The reason was goalkeepers. A goalkeeper is the only position in football where you genuinely cannot improvise. You cannot move an outfield player in goal and expect competent performance in a professional tournament. Goalkeepers require specialist training, specialist gloves, and a completely different physical skill set. Squads had always carried 3 goalkeepers by convention. With 22 players, that left 19 outfield places. With 23, it became 20. The small adjustment created a meaningful difference in depth. 23 became the standard. And then Qatar happened. The 2022 World Cup was the first tournament played in November and December, an unusual winter schedule forced by the extreme summer heat in the Gulf. Simultaneously, the tournament was still operating under post-pandemic protocols, and governing bodies were rethinking everything. FIFA expanded the squad to 26 for 2022. The stated reason was player welfare. Condensed fixtures, unusual conditions, long travel. 23 was deemed insufficient for a tournament under these circumstances. It stayed at 26 for the 2026 tournament. Now here is why the number matters beyond the obvious. Football is, uniquely among major team sports, a game where substitutions are both limited and strategically complex. You have 3 substitution slots in normal time. A player removed from the pitch cannot return, so 12 players on your bench are not 12 players waiting to play freely. They are insurance. They are there for the moment one of your 11 picks up a muscle tear in minute 37. They are there for the tactical switch in minute 60 when the game is not going the way you planned. They are there for the player who is running on adrenaline and needs to come off before they break down completely. And they are there because a modern World Cup involves multiple group stage matches, knockout rounds, and for the teams that go deepest, potentially 7 games over 4 weeks. No outfield player can physically sustain 7 matches of international football in that period at full intensity. The squad does not travel as 26 individuals vying for the same spots. It travels as a rotating system. Certain players will start most games. Others will feature in specific fixtures where their profile suits the opponent. Others are specialists. A dead ball expert, a physical striker who comes on at 70 minutes when the other team is tired, a fullback who defends particularly well under pressure. The 3 players beyond 23 are not passengers. They are the padding that lets managers take calculated risks. The player who is carrying a small knock and needs to be managed through the tournament group stage can be eased through because there is cover. The player who picks up a knock in training 2 days before the final does not end the team's chances because there is a replacement ready. 26 exists because modern football is not played by 11 players. It is played by a system that needs depth to survive a month. Now you know.